What's up, everybody?
Hey guys, thank you for joining us again today.
Thank you for coming back.
My name is Michael.
This is Mingtian.
And welcome to the Impossible Duo Show. So Mingtian, I hear your argument about the middle ground of like freedom.
Yeah.
Do you actually believe that there's a middle ground to freedom?
What do you mean? Do I really believe whether there's always a compromise? Right?
Freedom is not a question of compromise. It's either the population, the citizens have freedom, or they don't.
Well, to me, it's not like 0% of freedom or 100% of. Well, you can say that, but the thing is, when it comes to implementation, there has to be certain form of either compromise or certain form of moderation. Right?
Yeah, in China, the compromise is being disciplined and censored.
I'm not talking about China. I'm talking about like every country should follow this type of compromise, because think about this. Those examples I just provided. That's what happens when you give people the freedom of speech without any check in place, right? And also the news agencies are not being responsible.
Their job is not to check freedom. Their job is to speak up on what's happening in society.
But that's not what's happening. Those are wrong information. 5G with coronavirus.
That's never ever come from any established news, any reputable news source, ever.
Well, yeah,
you've never seen Wall Street Journal write that 5G networks cause coronavirus.
But the thing is, people don't only read those news.
Yeah, people choose to read fake news. Why would you blame that on the media? Media did not cause
this. They are part. Like the fake news media is also part of the media.
Fake news media is not the established institution. The established news institutions have been around for over 100 years.
Then Michael, are you telling me that freedom of speech or freedom press should only be granted to those well-established media agencies?
It's established to everybody.
It's for everybody, right? Yes. So it's for Wall Street Journal, CNN, CNBC, as well as those fake news agencies, right?
Yes.
And people will go to CNN, WSJ for news, as well as other news agencies.
Sure, you can stop people from doing that.
Right. When people turn to those bad actors in the industry, they consume wrong information.
No.
And eventually that will lead to consequences.
First and foremost, I understand what you're calling bad as fake news. I get it.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is that you cannot decide what people decide to consume online. That is why the internet was built to be free. Right. Internet in China, first of all, is not free.
Well, the US is also not free, right?
Oh, yeah?
You can't just post anything on Facebook.
Yes, you can.
They got a team to censor you.
Now they do.
You can't. You
cannot post anything that will harm another individual, right? Because they have a specific rules and policies for the institution.
The examples I just provided.
Well, Facebook is not a government. China is a government. China is a government.
So you would rather have a private company?
Yes, because I can choose to not be on Facebook, but nobody can choose not to be in China if they're stuck in China.
Well, actually, you can.
Oh yeah. Yeah? Okay. Go ahead, tell me people that are actually being able to leave China right now because of Corona. That's number one. But secondly, the fact of the matter is, if you don't have freedom in China, you don't have another option. You're stuck in your country. That's my point.
What option do you have
in America?
What option do you have for Facebook? Alternatives.
Find another alternative. But also, you don't have to be in that particular group that's disseminating that message. You can move.
Yeah, but people don't like. As a matter of fact, people don't have the capability to tell the fake news from.
I'm not sure people really. The thing is, you should really ask, why is there a rise of fake news?
Why?
Because I believe
there's personal individual agenda behind it.
Sure,
people want to get elected. People want to benefit from it.
But the consumers are resonating with that message. That's why they're listening to it, reading it, because that's something that speaks to them. So my thing is, it's not fake news is wrong. Don't get me wrong, right. But the fact of the matter, it's being consumed is because there is a demand for it.
demand for fake news?
Absolutely.
Michael, you should listen to yourself.
Yes, there is, because if there wasn't, then people wouldn't be consuming it. Then why exactly?
People will consume anything, like whatever you give them, right? It's not, well, come on.
Yeah.
It's not hard to...
Then give me an example of when the mass population have consumed acid. Millions of people drinking acid. There's no demand for that. Okay. So Mingtian,
Yeah.
you made a strong case about how freedom of press should be modified, right? So my question to you is, you know what it's like now in China, what the press infrastructure is like in China.
Yeah.
What do you believe Chinese people want the Chinese freedom of press to look like? What does that look like?
Dude, I don't think I'm, as significant as enough to represent the 1.4 billion people, living in China.
Mm-hmm.
But what I have observed on social media, Chinese social media platforms, is that these people are not dumb, right? They realize that they are being monitored, they're being censored.
Mm-hmm.
And as a matter of fact, there have been a lot of smart ways to get around that. By posting the same phonetic spellings, but different words, right? To get around the censorship.
Like the Me Too movement, as an example.
Me Too. I'm sorry. I don't know whether Me Too
Sorry.
was part of that.
I don't want to imply that you're a perpetrator of Me Too movement. So.
No, I'm not. I'm all pro feminism, right?
Good.
My wife is over there.
Yeah.
Well, that's one example, right?
Yeah.
And also, there's the thing called VPN.
Yes.
Right. So
That's been like aggressively targeted and shut down in China.
That's also true. So people are trying to make their voice heard,
Do people? This is my fundamental question. The government is supposed to serve the people. Why do we, as people? Oh, sorry, not we. I'm not Chinese. Why do you?
You look more Chinese than I do.
Thank you. I get that a lot. Why do Chinese people have to go find ways to get around their government?
Dude, I don't have an answer to that. Like I said, I don't support that. I don't prove that. But I at the same time, I don't prove the structure, the practices happening in the United States, and I've already provided the reasons. Because when you grant 100% or close to 100% freedom of press to responsible media outlets, it's fine, but there are also other part of the
Okay, fine. Can we do this then? How about we look at so maybe China and US are two extremes, but can you look around the world and see which form of press you think works well?
I don't think I got enough knowledge about different practices carried out by different
I think
countries.
South Korea is a good example.
South
Let
Korea?
me
Okay,
say
well,
why.
let's hear it.
South Korea is a good example simply because it censors like pornography. It censors what they consider damaging content for the young people. It censors that,
Right.
but it doesn't censor the internet. So that means anybody in Korea can access a variety of search engine websites and all that. But it's clear that once it's censoring, but it's not censoring people's access to information. So what do you think about that for Chinese people?
Well, first thing first, that is who is censoring that?
The government,
right?
yes.
So you are saying if the government is responsible enough,
I don't think that's okay.
you don't think that's okay?
I like to have the right to access porn if I want to. I want to have the right to do that.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that I will, but I want to have the right. So I'm not agreeing with what the Chinese government
What
is
if
saying.
your kids are having access
Yeah, you
to
can
that?
have parental guidelines on your internet.
Right.
You can do that.
Who determines that?
I think the parents should have the right to do that.
So individuals should bear the liability, the
There
responsibility.
is no liability. Why? Because guess what?
There's always a cost associated to it.
Of course, there is a cost, but in this case, the child who is online, their parents have the ability to stop what they're accessing.
All right.
Just like before, when we had TV, you have parental controls.
Let me tell you what I think about censorship, or what form of censorship should be granted. I think the government should have the capability, responsibility to censor these wrong information, these harmful information like porns and stuff. But they should let people know what they're censoring, right?
Yes.
Not like what's happening now in China that you don't even know why this is censored. Right?
Exactly.
So, like I said, I'm not proving that. I'm against that. But at the same time, I think the practices in the U.S. is not something that we can model after in China.
So you're saying
Right, so
just the US is too extreme for China.
Right, exactly.
Fair enough.
There should be a modified version from both of these two models and be carried out in China and US even.
Fair enough. We can agree on that. Hey everybody, thank you for watching the Impossible Duo show today. On today's show, you saw us discuss free press, whether or not free press is required for a government that serves its people. You've also heard us discuss the different press infrastructures that exist in the U.S. and in China, and also discuss as to whether or not we need a new version that works for others.
That's right. If you want to join the conversation, leave your comment down there. And if you like our content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tune in for next episode.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for joining and watching the Impossible Duo show. We'll see you next time.
See you next time, everybody. Bye.
Bye. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. It is required for a government that serves its people. And also, yeah. God, sorry, I forgot the second part. Hey everybody, thank you for joining again. Ugh, sorry.
Thank you for joining.
Hey everybody, thank you for watching. Today you watch. Jesus freaking Christ. Okay. Need a new version that's a little of a middle ground.
That's right.
Let's do it again. All right.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. That was my bad too. All right.
Then why should they be?
Because they've been around for 100 years, and we trust them. Okay, time's up. That was fun.